Let's just start. So there's a British far-right activist group called Raise the Colours, and it's now gone fully mask off and fully fascist, in my opinion, as they've appropriated the code name Operation Overlord to describe a vigilante-style campaign that is now targeting asylum seekers that are attempting to cross from northern France to the UK. Yes, that's right. We're now exporting our bigots overseas. They're now currently in France, some of them. But the original Operation Overlord, that's where they get the name from, for anyone that's interested, was the code name for the British and Allied operation that landed on the shores of Normandy to defend Europe from Nazis. You know, those far-right fascists. The irony, it's just too much, but we'll move right on from that. For context, Operation Raise the Colours, as many of you already know, is associated and founded by several well-known extremely hard far-right activists, proper extremists. So one example would be Andy Saxon. He was one of just 6 men, I say just, but he was one of 6 men convicted in 2009 after a 59-year-old man was crushed to death by a car following a violent brawl. Another is Gurmit Singh, who spent time in prison after he and 2 accomplices tied up a shop assistant and threatened to slash his throat during an attempted robbery at a hydroponics shop in Hucknall, Notts. So those people that set up that thing, that Operation Raise the Colours, it's now kind of evolved. It's moved on a bit. So the latest venture from the far-right group is Operation Overlord. Now, according to recent reporting, that involves mostly sending their members to patrol beaches, I guess you could say, near Dumbkirk and surrounding areas, to put it very generously. But it's mostly just confronting people that they suspect may look like they might want to claim asylum in the UK or whatever the fuck their logic is. They're trying to start fights with anyone, everyone, including humanitarian workers, journalists. They're sabotaging dinghies, all while live streaming their actions. Well, that is until, people fight back. At which point, they live stream that too, don't worry. The internet's a hell of a place. What a time to be alive. So I'm just going to play this quickly. This is, this was in the 30th of November, so it's not that new, but it's not that old either. This is in the last couple of weeks. Let's have a look here. This is your boys, Danny Tomo and Ryan Bridge, do a terrified runner in France. And this comes courtesy of, this is Searchlight magazine.
You'll not stop. Come on. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, look. Hold on. Get in the car, man. Just get in the car. Come on, spin it. Fucking told you right now. Back it up. Back it up. Quick. Now, jig it, go. I don't care if it goes. Go.
Quick. We need to defend our country. Get the car going. Get us the fuck out of here.
Go. Go. You fucking pieces of shit. Okay, let's go.
Do you think that, do you know when, everyone's got that member of the family? For me, I'm actually that member of the family, so I can't really talk, but everyone has that member of the family that goes overseas and comes back with a library of photos. And a few photos is great, but they want to bore you almost to death with all of these photos. Do you think that these guys do the same with this kind of footage when they go home? Do you think they gather the family round and they set up the little projector or whatever it is on their screens and stuff, and they're like, hey kids, look, this is my time in France, look, here's me slashing a dinghy, here's me being chased away by some very angry people. I don't know why they were so angry. And what? And the fact is as well, they're actually, credit where credit's due, they'll live stream anything, even their own humiliation, being chased away. These brave soldiers, makes you proud, doesn't it? Has anyone got a flag? I'm feeling a bit,
Okay. Enough. You alright? Yeah, I'm good. You alright? No, I didn't want you to get the car. Careful. So get to the board and get the fuck out of here. It's people like him. Why, we're all fucked. Just pull over down the road. I need to jump out the car so I can get a drink.
I need to settle my nerves. Oh, God, pull over the car quickly. I'm going to be sick. I went out to cause a confrontation, and that's exactly what I fucking got. But I realised I'm not at home. Fucking, what a bunch of wet wipes. It's only 17 seconds, so we'll finish this through before I crack on with the rest.
Fuckers. in our country, mate. They are peaceful, nice. Don't think so, guys. These are the scum of the earth. These are the scum. Slow down, slow down. Look, look. Good night.
Oh, anyway, running away. Because obviously, you know, everybody else is the scum except for them. They're fine. They get a pass. They can run over, you know, harass people, try and start fights with journalists and fucking NGOs and dehumanize. They're threatening people's lives when they do that shit. I'll get into that in a second, but they do that like a lot. Like, it's crazy, isn't it? Fucking hell. It's one of the, yeah. But anyway, moving on from those guys, honestly. So French authorities have responded to these bunch of wet wipes going over there to save our country. You can't make this up, but local police and maritime officials have reportedly at least increased patrols. Investigators have opened preliminary proceedings into possible aggravated violence and xenophobic incitement. Yeah, it's crazy. It's getting really mad out there. But it's got to be said, though, and I'll bring this next article up now. Share screen. Here we go. A lot of the criticism that's being brought about at the moment is being aimed, I mean, because it's horrendous vigilantism, isn't it? It's the targeting of vulnerable communities abroad by British nationals. And the criticism at the moment, I think quite fairly, is now being placed at the feet of the UK and French authorities. So they've been accused of encouraging violence and xenophobic practices by failing to tackle anti-migrant British activists. I don't like the way that they call them anti-migrant British activists. I think we should just call them what they are. Fucking racist vigilantes. They're criminals. That's it. I mean, that's my opinion. That's my opinion of what they are. But I mean, you can see how I've arrived at that opinion, surely. But yeah, I don't think it does it any justice to call them anti-migrant British activists. But these guys are travelling to northern France to attempt to stop small boat crossings. So let's have a look at this Guardian article now. And I'll zoom in for those in the back who have terrible eyes. That would be me. I'm in the back. I have terrible eyes. France and UK failing to tackle anti-migrant activists. Migrant support groups in France say a lack of action over British activists is encouraging violence and xenophobic practices. Is that our mate Danny Tomo? Yeah, all these fucking racists look alike. Never mind. So the UK and French authorities have been accused of encouraging violence and xenophobic practices by failing to tackle anti-migrant British activists who travelled to northern France to attempt to stop small boat crossings. In an unusual move, 9 French associations working with people camped in northern France have issued a statement condemning the UK and French government for lack of action. So the group Raise the Colours, which has organised the hanging of St George's and Union flags on lampposts and other street furniture across the UK, that's such a funny way to say it, street furniture across the UK, has launched Operation Overlord, a reference to the Normandy landings in the Second World War. Now, I mean, if they're going to mention this, I just want to point out there that the Normandy landing was to repel fascists, not to insert them into the mix here. We were actively getting rid of them, not making them international. That's not what we were doing. The opposite. We were trying to, no, fuck you, get back to where you came from. God, just do this shit. And yeah, so the weird thing is as well, I'm sure that a lot of these people have got families that went and fought against fascism in Normandy, and now their descendants have gone full circle, and not even full circle, they've just gone the opposite way. They've completely abandoned that ideology, and now they're in favor of fascist ideology, and they're landing in Normandy not to do anything other than defend that ideology, which is fucking wild when you think about it. So on Friday, members of the group were in France targeting asylum seekers, let's face it, for harassment and searching for dinghies buried in sand and dunes to destroy. Some were detained by French police for their actions. Now, all this aside, I mean, the article itself talks about the charity and how obviously Operation Raise the Colours has circulated appeals for stab-proof vests, plate carriers, high-powered torches, thermal cameras, drones and encrypted radios. It defines itself as a true professional civilian border control force, or as I like to call them, twats. Ready to take control of the beaches apart from, you know, when they're running away, as we just saw then, at which point they weren't a true professional civilian border control force. We have to pull over because I need some water. They're bastards. But yeah, so one man says he was an ex-army, posted a call to ex-squaddies to go and patrol the French beaches 24/7. This is getting out of hand. This is getting dangerous. All right, this is getting really dangerous. These are vulnerable individuals, right? Let me just close that down. Oops, sorry, where were we? Oh, make it smaller. There we go. So yeah, these are vulnerable individuals that are fleeing conflict and persecution, torture in some cases, and in other cases much worse. Like, can you even imagine? I know I can't, so let's not try to. They have no means of defending themselves against this level of organized harassment from these groups, these aggressive fucking xenophobic wankers. There's secondly as well, there's actions that they're taking risk serious injury or death. Sabotaging these small boats that go out to sea can easily become fatal. Easily. I mean, do we even have to go in there and explain why that might be, you know, directly attributing? I would call it attempted murder, personally. You're trying to, you know that these people are going to go out there, and yet you're stabbing these things anyway, taking pictures, trying to destroy and wreck these vessels that you know people are trying to take out to the sea. And in a lot of cases, these people are so desperate, they may take a defective dinghy out there and they may die. People do die doing this stuff. We're talking about actual death in real humans here. And by live streaming their actions, this group is normalizing and promoting even xenophobic violence to wider audiences. It's potentially going to inspire copycats in other places, in other countries. That call for ex-squaddies might go out. There may be some people that pick up on it. It's getting to the point where it's getting scary now. One of the most visible figures in this is someone like Danny Tomo, right? He's a man who spent years orbiting different far-right movements in the UK like a fly around shit. He's got links to many various anti-asylum, anti-Islamic groups. He's built an entire online following by filming confrontations, by provoking conflict, and framing himself as some kind of patriotic defender of you, which of course he isn't. It's fucking radical, man. Yeah, and I don't mean that in like the hippie, that's radical, dude. I mean, no, it genuinely, that's radical as fuck. He repeatedly inserts himself into these flashpoints, the protest, the asylum-seeking hotels, the refugee support centres, and he uses those situations to create conflict-driven content for his social media. He's doing it for cash, he's doing it for clicks. And alongside him in that video there that we saw, that was Ryan Bridge. He's another figure that's been highlighted by all sorts of anti-extremist researchers. But what Bridge and Tomo and others, you know, not just them, what they're doing right now is they're promoting a hyper-militarized nationalistic identity politics. And it's dangerous, it's scary. It's the idea that ordinary citizens should take the law into their own hands to defend Britain from asylum seekers, from journalists, from aid workers and those terrible NGOs. It's properly scary. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This terrifies the shit out of me. It's not just posturing anymore. This is an attempt to create like a parallel enforcement movement. It's a vigilante group that believes that it can override international law. It's, you know, fuck immigration process, fuck border agencies, and all the humanitarian organizations that get in their way. When individuals like that, with a track record of confrontational activism, once they start organizing themselves as if they're some sort of paramilitary unit, we don't just have rhetoric anymore. We've got proper extreme, like, escalation. That's the word I'm looking for. It's escalation. That's exactly what that is. Also, I can see something in the chat here. See, now that's going to get you banned there, mate. I'm straight into timeout. If you can't play nicely with others, then don't play at all. That's the way it is. My mods aren't there for you to abuse. If you have a difference of opinion, then communicate the difference of opinion. I want to have people here that offering dissenting opinions. Not only do I want to learn myself, but I also want to, you know, have a channel that's open to all. But we won't tolerate any direct digs at either my mods, myself, or the ad hominem attacks. They've got to stop. All right, it's time to be kinder. And do you know what? After this, I'm going to jump onto a segment about why we should be kinder. But no, going back to this though, to the escalation. Of course, everything is live streamed. It's edited. It's posted to their channels. This turns up. It turns real human suffering into content. It incentivizes them to seek out more extreme confrontations. It's a clear path to bullshittery. Who are the paramilitaries? Well, I didn't say that they were paramilitaries. I said that they were acting like a paramilitary unit. You know, that's clear. I mean, look at the people that are doing it, and they're organizing themselves, and they're getting all of this gear together so that they can go out and act like they're a paramilitary unit. They're not just sticking to the rhetoric. My whole point is that they've gone beyond rhetoric and they've escalated into you know, getting likes and clicks through entering a foreign territory to intimidate asylum seekers. They're clashes with NGOs. They're fucking sabotaging some crossings. They're creating international tensions. They're provoking violence that humanitarian workers, fucking local residents, journalists, even police, any of them, they can all get caught up in this. None of what they're doing is there to protect anybody. All it does is endanger lives and embolden a small circle of extremists who want to fucking cosplay as soldiers on a beach because their daddy didn't play with them enough when they were kids.